Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our last Friday morning broadcast of the year. I'd like to welcome all of my friends from Facebook, all of my friends from LinkedIn, and all of my followers, subscribers on YouTube. Additionally, I want to welcome all of my students and their guests that are here this morning. Yesterday at 4 o'clock during an Ask Max session, I was reviewing some conversations from some of my students. And at the end of the session, in fact, you really want to go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/free leads, and look at yesterday's 4 o'clock session, specifically maybe the last 20 minutes. Because I had logged into a student's account. This gentleman has been participating in my boot camps since 2019. He's actually gone through 2 coaching rounds. And I jumped into his account and I got some email this morning from folks who said, weren't you a little harsh with him? And I don't understand how they felt, because I was harsh. But here I'm looking at a person who has purchased over he's invested over $11,000, 5 years on training. And we went into his account and we found literally 48% of the people that he's connected to, that he hasn't reached out and followed up with for years, are perfect candidates for his business. And I would venture to say, if you've been on LinkedIn for a while and you've built up a connection list, hopefully it's not that high. Let me look in the chat window before we jump into all of this. So good morning, Debbie. I'm not sure I understand what you popped in the chat.
Oh, hi, Max.
Morning.
What I said was that I got a message from this guy, David, and I know him not well, but he has a project. He's working on some things, and I know about his company and what he's working on. But he has asked me, let me go to he's asked me basically to help him or help with LinkedIn to find, they have a project in Puerto Rico to help find donors here in the US.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to do that. And I've asked him a question just to refine it a little bit more, but just to see if you had any input.
Okay. We'll take a look.
Okay.
And this is somebody that you know.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I don't know him well, and I met him through people that I really trust and respect. Mm-hmm. And I've looked into his project, and it's like the projects that he does, very interesting to me. So it's a fit, and it is something I'd like to do and help out with if I can, but of course get paid for.
Well, for sure. And so is he a potential prospect for your network marketing business?
No, probably not. Maybe as a customer, but not as a business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll take a look.
Okay. Thank you.
we'll take a look. And the thing is that what you can do with a profile on LinkedIn is position yourself as an expert, position yourself as a coach, and put yourself out there. With your activity, you're going to attract a lot of people to you. And at the end of the day, you have to look at, why are you on LinkedIn? What is your primary goal? What's your primary goal? And what are you doing to accomplish that goal? All right. If you're trying to build a network marketing business, or whatever, you could be selling insurance, you could be whatever you're looking to sell. Doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, yesterday I was talking to a large group of insurance professionals, and the word is getting out now that what I teach applies to selling insurance. Fits like a glove, just like it fits network marketing. And here's the thing that you have to think about. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, you only have so much time to build your business. Now, in this case, Debbie, this is somebody that you know, and this is somebody that you would like to help out, and that's commendable. And we'll take a look at, who you're talking to, and then it comes down to what he's trying to market, what he's trying to sell, and what he's trying to promote. But at the end of the day, your primary goal on LinkedIn must be that you are talking to anywhere from 5 to 10 people a day. You are transitioning your conversations to showing people your business. You need to be showing your business to 2 or 3 people every day. And at the end of the day, we need to be closing sales. Period. And like I said at the beginning here, you're all sitting on a gold mine. The longer you've been doing this, the bigger your list of connections, the greater the opportunity that you have to build your business. And I see, Wesley, you're back. I got a slew of emails from folks who thought I was harsh with you yesterday. And then I went back and I looked at it. You realize that you've spent over $11,000 going through my courses? Everything that you do. Well, and I'm talking to all of you now, and I'm not trying to embarrass Wesley, because he's got other things going on in his life. Okay? We all have things that are going on in our lives that can take us off of the path that we're on. But here's the thing. Where you are going to be at the end of the year, 3 more days, is going to be determined. Actually, let's forget about that. Because where you are in your business, whether you just started on LinkedIn or whether you've been on LinkedIn for years, where you are today in your business is a direct result of the numbers of people that you've talked to and the numbers of people that you've shown the business to. Where you're going to be at the end of January is going to be determined by the numbers of people you talk to, by the numbers of people that you show your business to. by the number of people that you enroll. You need to look at LinkedIn like it's a gold mine, because it is a gold mine. And, I had somebody once say to me, is it really prospecting when you know where the gold is? I mean, how hard would it be to walk into a gold mine and pick out the nuggets of gold? It's this, the comparison is identical. The more you do it, the better you get at picking the gold. So I'm going to show you how you can mine the gold. But it's all revolves around activity, your activity. Your activity. And last night at dinner, I had some friends talk about the notion of influencers, and how they were talking about how their kids were connected with these influencers on TikTok, and they wanted to know, Max, what's an influencer? How do you become an influencer? Well, an influencer is someone that shares information, that gives to the community, and the information that they give and share to the community has an impact on people that see it. And if people like what you're posting and they share it, you attract other people. And your status as an influencer grows and increases. You're all influencers. If you're posting anything on LinkedIn, you're all influencers. Okay? And the point I was trying to make yesterday is that it's not just about connecting with people. It's about following people, following up with people. So we got 3 days to go to end the year at a higher rank. And all week long, I have been sharing with everyone new ideas, new approaches, new strategies that will open up doors for you to re-engage the people that you're already talking to, or you've already been talking to. All it takes is one interaction. You could end up with another distributor, with another customer. You can start 2024 with a larger team. There are people that are scrambling right now, looking for something to do. And the beautiful thing about the end of the year is you can actually use that to leverage the sale. Sell the bigger package. Because whatever they invest in their business, is a tax-deductible expenditure, a legitimate tax-deductible expenditure. If it costs $200 to get into the business, but you've got a $2,000 package, you could sell them a $2,000 package. But understand this, when you're talking to a prospect, there are 3 things that are going through the minds of everybody that you talk to. And you have to satisfy these 3 questions if you expect to bring them into your business. The first thing they're thinking is, does this really work? Is this something, is this real? Is this something that works? The second thing they're thinking about is, can I do this? And the third thing is, are you going to help them? Are you going to help them? Yesterday, I was talking to a boot camp student who was looking at a particular network marketing company, and the person that told him about it doesn't have the experience or the expertise to really help them. So do I get into business with the person that told me about it? Or now that I've looked at the business, do I want to shop around for a sponsor? Do I want to find somebody that can really help me build the business? There are all kinds of ramifications to that. But we're not going to talk about that today. What I want to talk about, however, is how are you going to end 2023? Now, if some of you have already hung it up, you know, that you don't have any hot prospects. See, at the beginning of every month, you should have a list of who are the people that I am going to close by the end of the year, by the end of the month. And if you don't have anybody, then you ought to start thinking about building a list of who are the people that I want to talk to in January, that I am going to bring into my business in January. You need to start off every month with a list of your hottest prospects. Now, some of those people you're going to take off. And during the month, you're going to add other people to the list. So if you shut down for the rest of the year, okay. If you're going to literally walk away from it, not do anything, and come back in January and start up again, go for it. That's what you want to do. But if you're still interested in connecting with people, if you're still interested in laying the foundation for building your business on LinkedIn or Facebook, then now more people are off work, more people are home, more people are accessible. And the new people that you connect with over the next 3 days could end up in your business before the end of January. More important than that, the people that you're already connected to that you have literally dropped the ball on. It's easy to resurrect conversations. Reach out to anybody that you connected with a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Wish them a happy new year. What's new? We want to be celebrating our success in network marketing. And for some of you, maybe we don't have any visible success except for one thing. You have the platform. You know what it is that you want to sell. You got the vehicle, which all kinds of people on LinkedIn are looking for. They're looking for the vehicle. You also have the game plan. You have what people want. Now it's up to you to proactively go out and start talking to people. 2024 is a new year. So Mark, where you ended 2023, put the effort in, and a year from now, your business could be twice as big as it is now. For some of you, it's going to be a lot more than twice. There are new opportunities for you. And they're waiting for you, and all you have to do is dip in and take advantage of it. You could rank advance before New Year's Eve. Depends on what's it going to take. So, that being said, if I don't talk to you again before 2024, I want to wish all of you a Happy New Year. There has never been a better time to be in network marketing. And if nothing else, you can be celebrating that. You have the vehicle. You have what people are looking for. And like I said, LinkedIn is a gold mine of prospects. They're already up to 1 billion professional users. And as a result, LinkedIn is making a lot of changes. So if we're going to mine the gold, there's a few fundamental things that you all have to keep in the back of your mind. Number one, for those of you that are in network marketing has always been a relationship business. People get into network marketing for the most part with people that they have a relationship with. Now, all week, we've been talking about how to create instant relationships on LinkedIn and Facebook. And I'm talking about instant. Think about this. You see a profile, you send somebody a connection request. They like what they see. They accept you. Some people just go in and they just accept. So now we're connected. But what do you do with that connection? Engagement is what we're talking about. Engagement, interaction between you and people, your prospects. Engagement is all about involvement. Involvement builds relationships, and those three things generate sales. So achieving success on LinkedIn and Facebook doesn't just mean increasing your friends, connections, or followers. You have to be talking to people. You have to be engaged in the process. Over the summer, we had a case study where one of my students connected with somebody, a very sharp guy, in November. During the initial conversation, she found out that he'd been in 5 network marketing companies, failed at all of them, swore he would never get into another one. 8 months later, he signed up in her business. So every time you make a connection with somebody, it's like planting a seed. Now, if we looked at, and in fact, it's a case study, for those of you that are in boot camp, you know which one I'm talking about. During that 8-month period of time, if we added up the amount of time that was actually spent in texting, chatting with the other person, it was less than an hour. Most of the communication was done subtly with posts. So every time you make a connection with somebody, you're planting a seed. Do you care how long it takes for that seed to blossom so that and they come into your business? No, not if you have thousands of other seeds that are all growing and maturing at the same time. You pick and choose who you want to talk to based on who they are, what their needs are. And like we demonstrated yesterday, get selective. Just because someone's looking for an opportunity, you got 140 million people that have the open to work frame. All right, but not all of them are candidates for your business. And in theory, yeah, they're all, they're all looking for an opportunity. But are they looking for your kind of an opportunity? More important than that, do they have the experience? Do they have the skills? Do they have the network? Because the more they are set up to be successful, based on what they've done, based on who they know, based on their experience, based on what they like to do, the more successful they're going to be. So you create relationships with your prospects by engagement. Posting and ghosting your audience doesn't get you what you really want, which is sales. Sales comes from engagement with your prospects. That builds the relationship. And relationships are almost instant, depending upon how much you have in common with the person on the other end. I started working with someone yesterday who was in the Army for 28 years. And so we carved out 3 targets of professionals, 3 groups that almost immediately, when he reaches out to these people, everyone is, if they're active and they see it, they're going to accept them. Why? Because they have so much in common. There's so much to benefit for being connected with people that share your experience. True engagement requires a proactive approach, which is why in the November boot camp and in the December boot camp, we put more emphasis on engagement, on posting. And in our January boot camp, I'm going to take that whole approach to a whole new level, because that's what it's all about. Selecting the topics to post that will be appreciated by your target audience. Managing engagement and communications with your friends, connections, and followers helps build relationships. People do business with people that they know, people they like, people they trust. So if you run into somebody that has been in network marketing before, and they have a negative opinion about network marketing. They'll never do it again. Ask them one question. Why did you get involved in network marketing in the first place? One question. Now, if they come back, and most of them will come back and say, because I wanted to make some extra money. Well, if they wanted to make extra money back then, and they tried 5 times, or as many times as they tried, and they failed, they still want to make extra money. Don't give up on someone who says they'll never do it again. If their reason for getting into the business was to make extra money, because they're still looking to make extra money. You have to literally show them why they weren't successful. Show them the new way to build a business. No, you don't have to reach out and talk to your family and friends. You don't have to chase anybody. No, 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 no. Show them again, and you would be amazed at how many of those people will come into your business. If they like you, if they see an opportunity, you have to make them feel like this is something that they can do. You want to make them feel like, yes, it really does work, without having to do all the negative things that they experienced before. And the most important thing is you have to show them that you are building a team, and they're going to be a vital member of your team in network marketing while you're in business for yourself. You're not by yourself. Next week, I think it's on Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm doing another training for my friends at the Network Marketing Magazine. And we've both been collecting statistics. You realize that 70% of the people in network marketing today are orphans. The person that brought them into the business is no longer in the business. They don't have anybody to work with. They don't have anybody to help. Engagement. Posting, and then interacting with people that respond to your posts turns prospects into active distributors to customers. Now, having a large number of connections, friends, and followers does you no good if they aren't paying attention to what you're doing. If people aren't engaging in other ways, it's time to change your content strategy. What you really want is new distributors and active customers. Putting the stuff out there that they can see is one thing. Getting them to like it, getting them to share it, that's what it's all about. So on the left, we have the reactions for Facebook, and on the right, it's LinkedIn. A like, a comment, or a share is something that's recorded. On LinkedIn, I'll tell you, your post had 200 impressions, but you don't know who those people are. You got to put things out there that people will engage in themselves. And how do they do that? By liking something, by making a comment, where they like it so much, they share it. And the more people share what you're posting, the bigger your audience is going to grow. So here are some engagement tips that build relationships on LinkedIn and Facebook. First, know your audience. Know who your serious prospects are that consumes your content, where they are, and what's important to them. If you're talking to people in management, if you're talking to people that have supervisory positions, there are thousands of posts that you could put up there that they would appreciate. And they'll thank you for it. They'll start looking forward to getting them. And when they like something, when they make a comment, all the people that they're connected to are notified of their actions, and that's one of the ways you build your audience. Practice active audience interaction. So when people like or make a comment, you got to respond to them. But you got to be authentic. Generic comments like, that's great, don't work well over time. That's great. You can respond to them in the comment, but you also have to go into the message center and respond to them there so that you've got a record. Bruce Lee's quote, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. One kick. One kick. The guy's out. One kick. When you are talking to people, there is a process. The more you do it, the better you get at picking people, the better you get at discovering what their needs are, the better you get at transitioning to introducing the business to the people that clearly need it, and the better you get at showing the business, the better you get at closing. And once you master that process, I give you examples of students that are closing 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 people they talk to. And this isn't something that's hard. Okay? It's not hard. One kick. Your one kick step to mastering every social network is my 4-step formula. Starts with your profile. Put yourself out there as the person that your ideal prospects would want to talk to. Then connect with new people, but by the same token, if you've been on LinkedIn for any length of time, you are already connected to people. Last month, we heard from a student who had engaged someone in trying to show them the business 3 years ago. 3 years ago. She comes back, I think it was in November, and she sends them a message. She says, are you still doing that health and wellness thing? She says, yeah. She says, I'd like to sign up. Seeds. Everybody that you're connected to is a seed that you've planted in your garden. Now it's all about communication. And this is where LinkedIn, as a gold mine, all the people that you've been talking to, all the people that you've approached, that you haven't talked to in a year or 2 or 3. The people that were still looking for opportunities back then, you'd be surprised to see they're still looking for an opportunity. So when we re-engage people, what do? We qualify. And again, the more selective you are, the more successful you're going to be, period. I mean, that ultimately is what it boils down to. How many people are you talking to? How many people are you talking to? That's what it boils down to. The more you qualify people, the more people you show the business to, the more people you're going to close. It's so simple that anybody can master it. The key to your success is engagement. Now, there are posting tactics and recruiting scripts that work like magic between now and the end of the year. And these same strategies and tactics will work all through January, all through February. They change with the season. That's what you're looking for. You can break recruiting records next year. And how does that happen? It all comes down to who you're talking to, period. Now, right now, we're in the middle of the biggest single employment trend in history. Okay? People want to work from home. In the middle of that, you've got amazing professionals that have lost their jobs. Work from home, 5,100,000. Working for remote jobs, 3,880,000. Let me stop the share. Now, we have opened up registration for our January boot camp. So when you register, and I understand that some of you may have registered for the January boot camp, and they gave you access to the December boot camp. That's been fixed. When you register for the January boot camp, you have access to the December boot camp. This boot camp has 5 sessions. So you don't have to wait until January 11th to get started. At the end of the day, it's all about conversation. Okay? It's all about conversation. Who are you talking to? All right? So Matthew posted something 3 days ago. And he's had 10 people like it or respond this way. And if you're building a business and you have a team and you see one of your team members has posted something, you do them a favor, you support them. Your team members should be supporting you. But if we jump up and look at your network, so there are all kinds of people that are going to reach out to you. There's no shortage of people that you can talk to, connections. Now, I was working yesterday with Lori. And so what we did was we made some changes on our profile. Made some changes. And in 23 hours, she's had 13 reactions, which gets you nowhere because you don't know who those people are. But she had 8 people that made comments. That's potentially 8 people that she could talk to. All kinds of opportunities. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop out of here. And just to give you an example, if we go over here to Debbie's network. So Debbie has 5,396 connections. Debbie's been doing this for a while. So out of these 500, 300, 5,300 connections, there's 860 people that are looking. Okay, so this is somebody that's new. So let's come back over here to the message area. David. Okay. Let me unmute Debbie for a second.
Hi, Max.
Okay. Hi, Debbie.
Hi.
So he's doing something in real estate.
Well, he does some real estate investing, and he has a project, sustainable housing, and you'll understand this, like he can put together homes and structures and buildings that withstand like hurricanes and things like that, and can be emergency centers when, the weather is horrible or whatever else is going on out there. And so he's got a project in Puerto Rico, which was devastated, obviously, by more than one hurricane. And so this is something I'm personally interested in, which is why I've kind of stayed in touch with him.
In what respect does this interest you?
It's just, I don't know, just from a personal standpoint. And in the past, I was in the building construction architectural industry,
Huh?
and having lived through some hurricanes here, he also has, it's just they're like self-sufficient homes. And I've always liked building, and, like I said, living through some hurricanes, I really like what he's doing.
Okay.
And I'd like to get one in my county.
So again, he's looking at you as a social media trainer, networking expert, and he's someone that you know. Okay. So let's come back and look at the conversation. Looking for help with marketing to a specific LinkedIn audience.
And I hear you say, if you know your audience, who your target ideal customer is, you can find them on LinkedIn.
Absolutely. Okay. So I'm looking to reach a Puerto Rican audience. What kind of an audience? What kind of an audience?
Right. Okay.
I mean, I'm looking to reach a Puerto Rican audience here in the States. Well, the United States is part of Puerto Rico.
Well, yeah, I think he means the mainland, but
Okay. So he's looking to reach a Puerto Rican audience here in the United States. It's the audience help our nonprofit partner get more of the right eyes on their fundraiser campaign. Well, LinkedIn's a gold mine. Do you want, I mean, there's 1 billion people on LinkedIn.
Mm.
Okay. So do we want to get more of the right eyes? You want to get it in front of people who will do what? Invest? Donate? What is the end result? If
Okay.
you know who your audience is, that's broad. Anybody, it's broad. It's too broad. Now, the other thing is, I'm starting to sound like Ebenezer Scrooge. But I mean, the bottom line is, hey, that's what I do. It's one of the things I do as a coach. Okay. Well, I mean, if you want to do it for free, you can do it for free, but the time you're going to invest, I mean, and it doesn't take a lot of time. Okay. It doesn't take a lot of time. So if you want to help them out, we just secured our first project. Okay. Number one, what's the project? What's the project? What type of people is he looking to reach? This is too broad.
Right.
Explanation. If I was going to help you, David, I'd need, what kind of a project is it? Because it's not going to appeal to everybody. What kind of a project? What kind of audience are you looking to get in front of? And there are multiple ways to do it. It's a nonprofit. If it's a good, there are pastors, there are ministers. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of people that you could put him in front of.
Right. Okay.
Really, but you need more information. What is the project? And what is the audience? Who would this appeal to? And then you're there.
Okay. Great.
All right.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. But again, not wanting to sound like Scrooge, keep in the back of your mind that there's only so many hours to the day, so many minutes. And we want to make sure we're talking to people that are going to help you build your business. And the truth is, one of the things that you just wish people a happy new year, boom, boom. Folks, you're all sitting on gold mines. And I will be back at 1 o'clock. We'll be looking at some actual year-end conversations. We'll show you there are some specific tactics and specific questions that you can ask prospects in December and January that work better than any other time of the year. So until next time, best of luck in building your business. God bless.